Hi everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Tsuki! Okay, so pencils first and then Sharpie. So if you don't want to see me sketch out this entire thing in pencil first, look in the description and you'll see a timestamp that you can click on to take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. So that being said, I'm going to start with a quick sketch for myself and then I'll switch over to Sharpie. So follow along or switch to the next part. This is just for me to do something fun, you know, try to come up with a good pose for her, because I like the character and I think she's cool. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go for a not really an action pose. That's not what I'm. Well, yeah, I guess it is an action pose. I think that's what I'm going for. But I'm thinking more of like a fight pose. So what I was thinking was that she would have her hands up, kind of like in a, you know, one up with a fight and one like ready to say come at me, you know, something cool, something fun. So let me see if I can do that. Let's see. So, how's everybody doing? Are you having a good day? Awesome. And even if you're not having a good day, sorry, it'll get better. It always will. I just have a very positive attitude, so I think it will get better. But hopefully it's going great for you already, you know? Okay. That's not too bad. I think I want the foot pointed a little bit more. Like that. There we go. That looks much better. It was off to the side, and I liked where I was going, but it wasn't quite the direction I wanted to take it in. So, I just steered in a new direction. That simple. Okay, I don't know. There's specific features about her foot that maybe I should try to sketch out first so I don't forget them. Yeah, real quick. That way, yeah, that'll work. And so let me do that for the front one too. Just to, no, down here. I forgot how I drew it. That's the whole point of the sketch, right? Is to guide myself. And I wasn't taking the direction. Okay. Let's see. I think that looks about right. I'm going to tuck that in there. That way I can bring this to a point. Spending a lot of time on this foot, but again, I just kind of want to get it down before I just move on, because a lot of times I'll just do exactly that. I'll sketch real quick and move on to the next part. But then when it comes time to do it, to actually ink it in, I'll forget something because I didn't quite spend enough time on it. So I'm trying to spend a little bit more time with more than just a rough pencil sketch. Just for when it so when it comes time to actually draw it, I have it down. Okay. So let's see. So I got her skirt a little high there, especially if her crotch is right around there. I need to bring this down just a little bit. Let's see. And it's also possible that I just have her legs just a little too high, you know? Okay, I think that looks better. There we go. Perfect. Well, not perfect, but perfectly the way I want it to be. How's that? Okay. Alright, legs, feet are done, so let's move on to body. And let's see, I've got her little kerchief here, right about there, because, let's see, I'm going to put her head right about there. Right. And That means I'm going to have her shoulders up. And let's see, that means her collar is going to be about right here. The other one's over here, and I'm going to have her at an angle just a little bit. And that also means that I can bunge up her shirt just a little bit, and I can bring that down here. Okay. And some of the stuff, like she's got detail, like this little mechanical detail on her her body, really. That I'm only going to do basically the joints, the detail inside, like her stomach here and whatnot. I don't do that with color, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay, so let's see if I do that there. That means, yeah, that'll go like something like that. There's another part to it. Okay, so let's see. Let's draw her head like this. Yeah, that's looking about right. Just kind of. I was going to say take a step back, but I'm not really taking a step back. I'm more stretching my eyeballs and seeing if it looks right by leaning back. So I'm going to take a step back with my eyeballs. You ever step back with your eyeballs? Pretty awesome. Okay. Pupils are going to do kind of big, just because it's kind of robotic, you know? And I kind of want to do a robot face. And not saying that robots have big eyes, but I don't know, just something about like robots I've seen in movies. Sometimes the eyes are a little bit bigger than normal. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Let me connect that real fast. Connect this. Let's see, so I'm going to draw some hair real quick. Let's see, she's got her hair parted on the side, and up, and over. Oops, that's too much out. Something like that. Okay, and let's see. There's there's a bun on the back, and a big whippy post over here, and let's see, a little whippy post like that. Yeah, I think that looks good. All right, so I'm happy with the head. So now let's draw some arms, and I think, let's see, this one's going to be out about right there. That one will be to here, like that, and then she's got the little mech design. And like I said, this is the only thing I'm going to do that makes the mechanical design look like a robot. The rest I'm going to do with color. Same thing. I just drew some lines on the sleeve, but I'm not going to do those when I ink in. I'm going to do it with color. Okay, so there's her wrist. So that means, let's see, how am I going to? I got to look at my hand and see. Got to keep it thin. I always tend to get big with the hands. I just like drawing them. It gets me excited to just draw different crazy poses, you know. And so I tend to make them super big. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so then let's bring this one up. Bring this shoulder up. And that means the elbow is going to be out right there. So the bottom of the arm's there, top of the arm is here. Gonna extend the shirt out a little bit. Like that. And it's a little awkward there. So what I'm going to do, just real quick, just resketch it to a better position. something like that. Put the sleeve up here like this. Gonna thin it out just a little bit. Okay. Alright, I like where that's going. Okay, so that means I need to work on the hand, and I want to do the hand kind of, let's see, I'm going to box off some shapes, and then I'll be done. Okay. I think I'm good with this, and then I just need to like add a thumb real fast, then add any meat to the hand I need to add. Alright, I think I'm good with that. Let me double check that there aren't anything I needed to add. Is not anything that I needed to add extra. No, okay, I think that's good. Let's get going. So I'm going to start off now. Now's the timestamp. This is where it jumps to. The Sharpie fine point and the Sharpie pen. And the Sharpie pen is a little finer than the fine point. It helps me control the bleed a little bit more. So I'm going to use this for the tiny detail like the face. So let's start with the face. I'm going to just draw the eyes like that, or the eyelids, the top part, just to make sure I've got them level to where I want. If the head was angled, I'd want to make sure they're like this, but this is straight across. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and draw the iris and then the pupil. And I'm going to do it kind of big just for this design, and then I can do the center of it, the pupil. Okay, so once I do that, I can't draw underneath the eye because this is going to bleed too much, because this is too small. So I'm just going to add a little bit of detail like that, just to show that, you know, it's there, and we'll let your eye believe that the rest of the eye is there. And I'm going to let the pupil be the bottom part of the eye. Okay, so now I'm going to draw just a little bit of a bridge, just a hair, and then come down with the nose and come down on that side like that. Go ahead and connect it and touch it, and I'm going to go ahead and draw her eyebrows like this. This one I'm going to stop right about there because it's going to be covered up by hair. And this one, let's see if I could do this right. I'm going to do just a little bit of a bridge, just a tiny, barely any of a line. Even that's not right. I shouldn't have done that. But you know what? I'm going to go with it. I'm happy with where I am, so I'm going to keep going. So she's going to have a tiny little mouth like that. And so now I'm going to draw her top lip and her bottom lip like this. Okay, and so now I can draw her chin and the rest of her face. And her chin's down center underneath like this, and I can go ahead and bring this all the way up to the hairline at least. So I'm going to come up here like that to where the hairline's going to be. I'm going to outline it just a little bit more, just to make it a little bit thicker. And just because when I switch to the big Sharpie, it's going to stand out if I don't. So, uh-oh, that line was too thin, or too straight. I should have angled it a little bit more. But what's done is done, so I'm going to keep going. But you know what? Her hair is going to come down right there, so I have to stop anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and draw this hairline like that. Thicken it up just a little bit. I'll come up here and I'll do this one as well. Again, thicken them up just a little bit. And I think I'm going to switch over to the big Sharpie now, because it's going to get real drastic if I stick around with just doing this. So it's time for a Sharpie fine point to join the party. So let's draw her hair coming down here, this little whippy part. So I'm going to whip it down, going to whip, and then whip it out like that. And then she's got a big lock. This is actually, you know what? Let's do this. I'll do this with the hairline. At least give her a hairline, you know, to accent the thick and thin. And that'll also give me a start-stop point. So I can come up here and do this like that. And let's see, I'm going to, let me do something real quick. She's got something in her hair that I can't see at this angle. So I'm just going to do that. Okay, that's about the best I can do to make it work with what I have right now. Okay, so I'm going to draw this other part of the whip like that, and then I can draw more definitive lines and more competitive lines. This is the word I wanted to use. Odd enough. And then I can do this side over here. So I'm going to do her bun before I forget, like that. And there's another little string hanging out like that. And then I can draw this side of her hair. So I'm just going to kind of do something like this and connect it. Same thing over here. A little whippy back behind it like that. And the hair is going to be black, so there's not too much I can do here, or there's not too much I want to do. I kind of want to leave a lot open for interpretation for my pen and ink, just when I'm having fun with it. Yeah, so okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna keep drawing hair if I don't stop here, but let me just draw that edge and we'll stop there. If I don't stop and walk away, I'm gonna start drawing every single one of those lines, and I need to stop that. Okay, so let's draw her neck, but first I'm gonna draw her collar like this, and that's gonna guide me as to where her neck is gonna be. Okay, like that. And here I raised up this end because I'm gonna have her hand up, okay? And that's gonna kind of guide her material. And by that, I'm gonna go ahead and just do it and show you what I'm talking about. Do it like this. Do this one over like that. Just gonna go back, and we'll go ahead and connect it right there. So see how this side is raised up because of I have her fist coming up. That's just something I planned on, knowing anatomy and cloth and just human anatomy. You know, the shoulder comes up as you raise it up. You know. So let's go ahead and draw the necktie, kerchief, whatever you want to call it, right here, because it's in front of everything, and it's kind of going to give us start-stop points to other parts too. So I'm going to draw her little kerchief right here, and I just kind of whipped it out like that. And I'm going to do another side to it. I'm going to do basically a whippy. You just whip it, you know. So now that that's done, I'm going to build her shirt, and her shirt looks kind of ripped like this. And I'm going to do just a few little lines like that. More as I go. Let me close this off like that. And I'll just go ahead and do this other end too. Just kind of rip it down like that. And I'm going to bring it up here. And let's see, this one goes up. It's got a rip in it like that. And let's do the other side here too. And so I'm just going to do something like this. Another rip in it like that. And then here I drew like jaggedy jags because it's a jaggedy jag world, and sometimes you got a jag and a jig and a jag. And sometimes I like to add creases and folds because her shirt's up. Okay. And so yeah, there's like blue lines of color right there. Not going to do that. I'm going to leave that to actual color. Like I said, we're going to, oh wait, I got to make the noise. There it is. That's my favorite. Okay, so then let's draw our hand since we're up like this. She does have a little bit of binding. The little, everybody has like the little armband sleeve. So I just wanted to do that real quick. Okay, so I'm going to bend her arm like this. Going to draw down to her elbow like that. Going to bend her forearm this way, and then I'm going to come down to the back of her forearm to the elbow like that. And so now I'm going to draw the wrist. Now I'll add the detail in just 1 second. Now I'm going to draw the wrist, or the fist, since I'm here. And so I'm going to draw like this. I'm going to draw the back like this. And let's see, like this. There's not too much I could do here because it's too tiny, you know. So I'm just going to kind of do like that. And so rather than just leave it like that, I'm going to go ahead and add a few extra lines, especially because she is a robot. And so I'm going to kind of add extra digits, or not digits, but lines from like where her robot hand is. Yeah, like that. See, I can kind of get away with a little bit more. Okay, so she does have, we're going to do something like this to simulate the little robot parts. Now there are little lines through here like that, but I don't want to do that. I'm going to do that with color. Same thing here. I'm going to go ahead and draw like that for her neck and leave it like that. Alright. Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and draw just a little bit of a line for her breast like that, because the shirt's up around the contours of her body. It's physics. That's just how it is. And so now we're going to draw this other hand out and down. So I'm going to draw the arm to the elbow, to the forearm, to the wrist, like that. And I'll do the other side too, to the elbow, back of the forearm, to the wrist. And so now I'm just going to draw the hand. So I'm just going to basically do the outline, then come back with the thin Sharpie and add some little details, because it's almost going to be impossible to draw details with this Sharpie. Almost. I know some of you are going to be like, whoa, watch this, and show me up and do it. And, you know, good for you. That's awesome. So that's why I said almost. You know, it can be done. I just don't have time to do it. Okay. So now that I have her hand like this, I'm going to go ahead and do like I was saying. I'm going to add some robot limbs, knuckles, and whatnot, just to simulate some kind of robot parts, you know, but not go too crazy. How about we leave it like that? And so now I'm just going to draw the inside of her arm like this. Let's see, this is going to go up like that. And I think that'll be good for the arm without going too crazy with the detail, okay? So let's finish up the rest of her body. So I'm going to draw her waist to her belt over here. Same thing, her waist is kind of back behind that, so you can't really see it as much. So I'm going to draw the little Superman emblem she's got right here. And I know it's not Superman, but that's what it makes me think of. This little diamond shape she's got to her waist, like that. Okay, that's the big belt that she wears. So I'm going to come down like this, bring it over and up, close it out, down, over, close it out. Alright, so now I'm going to draw her skirt. And I kind of have it like this, and I kind of have this side like that. So it's just kind of flowing out, you know, that's all I really did. So I'm going to draw a few little lines, because it's got pleats. I guess that's the best way to say it. And so I'm just having some fun with it, like this. And we'll just do that. It's going to be black, so you can't see most of that anyway. So let's see. Let's draw her legs now. Oops, I lost my picture. And my picture is not of this. It's of her, but not in this pose. So I just kind of have to look at her and kind of guess at what's what around here. So I'm going to draw the strap holding her little pack right here. Okay, so I can draw the back of her leg like this. And basically anatomy, just you know, into her little socks is what I'm going to be doing. Like that. And then I almost messed up. I wanted to do her knees, but I think I'm going to do them with just the smaller Sharpie like this. That way I can get a better look of thick and thin, you know? So same thing with the little detail in her boot here. I'm just going to kind of do this. And I know there's going to be one over here, so I'm going to do it before I forget. And I know it's floating, but that's because I know my sketch. I know where it's going to be. So that's what helps, or that's why it helps to sketch your stuff out ahead of time and kind of guide yourself of where you're going. Okay. Okay, so now I just got to draw her leg. Like this. And her shoe. And so that's why I sketched out that shoe before. So now I can just come in here real quick and move fast. And not have to worry about what I forget, you know? Because normally I'm standing here, I'm like, well, what do I do? What do I do? So there, that's pretty much a shoe. Just that kind of shape, you know? Just kind of make some kind of robotic shoe. Alright, so let's finish up her other leg over here. So I'm going to do inside of her leg to the knee. Or the outside of her leg to her knee. That's the inside of her leg, right? And I'm not going to draw the other parts. I'm going to let the Sharpie take care of that. This is a Sharpie, I know, but the smaller Sharpie is what I meant. And so, let's see. I'm going to draw this like that. And draw this like that. And then I can draw her ankle like this. Alright, so now I'm going to... Oh, come on. I just made a big mark. That shouldn't have been there. Okay, so now I'm going to draw her knee like this. And there, see, with the thick and thin, I just like the way it stands out a little bit better, you know? Let's see, and there is another level to it, but I don't want to do that. I'll let color take care of that. I'm going too crazy on this, you know? So now I'm just going to draw the top of the leg kind of pointed down. So I'm going to draw that little cross piece like that, just to kind of give me a guide of where I should be. And that'll help me to determine the rest of her foot, like that. And I can just draw the rest of it like this. And there we go. Yeah, because that's going to be colored in. So yeah, I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Tsuki. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.